20 Clean Eating Power Tips. Tip number 1. Bread is not bad for you. This is a myth perpetuated by a lot of diet plans. Bread is only bad if you have celiac disease or a gluten intolerance. Tip number 2. Neither is milk. Ditto for milk. This is only bad for people with lactose intolerance, who can't produce lactase. That doesn't apply to most people in the West. Tip number 3. Simple carbs release sugar more quickly and lead to weight gain. These carbs are quickly absorbed into the blood, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar and insulin. Tip number 4. But you still need carbs. But don't completely avoid carbs. All our food groups play some role in our body. Tip number 5. You can reheat cooked pasta in order to make it more complex. If you want to enjoy pasta without worrying about the glycemic index, try letting it cool then heating it back up in the microwave. Tip number 6. Organ meats are a fantastic source of nutrition. They contain tons of amino acids as well as antioxidants and even brain-boosting substances. Tip number 7. Your mood and your diet are intimately linked. When your body absorbs sugar from your blood, it leaves behind a little tryptophan, which then enters the brain and becomes serotonin, the happiness hormone. Tip number 8. 1 gram of protein for 1 pound of body weight. If you want to build muscle according to science. Tip number 9. Eating more slowly will improve your nutrient absorption. You'll break your food down more and thus absorb more goodness. Plus you'll feel fuller faster. Tip number 10. As will having a pineapple before dinner. Thanks to an enzyme called bromelain, which also has many other benefits. Tip number 11. Saturated fats are actually good for you. They increase HDL cholesterol and not LDL cholesterol. Tip number 12. Getting lots of colors on your plate is a good sign. This suggests a wide variety of nutrients. Greek salad is a perfect example. Tip number 13. Have some casein before bed to build more muscle. This is slow-release protein that will release steadily throughout the night while you're in an anabolic state. Tip number 14. Empty calories are the biggest enemy. This means more calories and more sugar, but without any benefits. Tip number 15. You can remove a lot of unnecessary sugar and calories from your diet by eradicated soda drinks. A glass of Coke contains as much sugar as 2 cream eggs. Tip number 16. You can make breadless sandwiches. Use the tops of mushrooms, a cabbage leaf, or even a skewer to hold the fillings together. Tip number 17. Often our cravings are linked to nutrient deficiencies. In extreme cases, this leads to a condition called pica that results in people eating hairs, gravel, and dirt. Tip number 18. Your diet actually changes your genes and affects your children. This is through epigenetics or gene expression. Just one more reason to eat right. Tip number 19. Get a friend to diet with you to make it easier. Your diet is inextricably linked to your social life. Make that a plus, not a minus. Tip number 20. Share a dessert. One example of teaming up on your diet is to share a dessert at a restaurant. A social way to cut back the calories.